So a continuation is we will notice that the math has been already created, the courses under the courses, the math has already been created, the mathematics, and we want to enroll users into our course mathematics. And so to enroll users to the Moodle site that you have created, you click on Site Administration. Once you get into the site administration, you will find different tabs here, which is the users and the courses. And so for us to add the users, you then click on user. Okay, so once you click on user, then you click on add a new user or bulk user action. So we're going to add a new user because we're going to practice on just how to add two users. We won't use the bulk user action because this one is required when you are getting them in bulk, but we are not getting them in bulk, and so we are not going to use the bulk user um, the bulk user um, the add bulk user action. So we'll add a single user. But there is an option of creating a key which can be sent to all the potential participants of the course, and then they can enroll using the key, which is better because if you have, let's say, 100 users, how do you add maybe 100 or 1,000 users onto your site one by one, because that would take so much. So you can generate a key and you can send that key to those users, and those users can enroll using the key. But for now, we'll just click on add user. So when you click on add user, you're going to create a username. So maybe let's say, for example, user number one can be Barbie. Okay, Barbie. So manual account. So it's asking for an authentication. We'll leave this as manual account. Generate password and notify user. You can click that because then this will send an email to the user to say that their account has been created and they can generate account. They can generate a password. So although I'm thinking of not clicking on this because I will use an imaginary account which might not reach, where the email might not reach. So you click on forced password change, and here you can type the password. We can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7. Okay, and then I don't know how many it needs. Maybe we can even add one more. We could add 8. The first name, we can say maybe the first name Barbie. The last name, maybe we can say Doe. Email, we can say barbiedoe at gmail.com. All right. Email visibility hidden, meaning we won't be able to see the email in the system. Okay, and then we can actually pick on the town. Here we can say Mahe, and the description is not necessary. And then the picture and everything, we won't be able to add that because we're creating a user on behalf of somebody, and they can add that if they want to. And then you simply click on create user. Okay, so my password has been rejected. The password has been rejected. They're asking for a mixture. All right, so we're going to change that password, maybe M, like that. Then maybe star, and then 8. Hopefully that will be accepted. First name, it has refused the first name of Bobby. I really don't know why. Let's see if now this can go through, and then we can pick create a user. Let us see if there's going to be any rejection. Yeah, so the account that we have, we're not going to save because we don't have to save. So we have Barbie Doll as a user, and then we have Sonda Smiles as the administrator. So we go back to the site administration, and we're going to click on user, and then we're going to create another user, and this time this user is basically a second user. So username, what username are we going to give our user? Let us say Tina. I hope that is the correct spelling. Well, it doesn't matter. So we won't suspend the account. We need the account moving forward so that Tina can access the account. Generate a password. We won't click that unless if the user the email was the correct one. All right. Password. We're going to change that password to something a little bit complex. So it should have a combination of. It should have a combination of uh, mixed characters. First name, the name there could be Tina. Maybe we can say Turner. I'm not sure if that's correct spelling, but it really doesn't matter. And then we can have an email, Tina Turner at gmail.com. And then the city will still pick Mahe. And finally, we won't put any information. This is information that Tina would have to put on themselves if they want to add that information and the picture and everything that they want to do. And then we can click create user. Let's see if we'll be allowed to create the user. Okay, only lowercase. So the username should only be lowercase. So we change that to username, which should be lowercase, and then we click create user. Okay, perfect. So we have two users and the admin account in place there. Okay, and then we can quickly go back to our site or our dashboard where we should be able to access. This is our dashboard, and then we can also go to the courses that have been created. And obviously the course that these guys we want to bring them on is mathematics. So we can click on mathematics. Okay, perfect. So when we click on mathematics, we can now click on participants. Remember, the two users have been added to the Moodle system, but they have not really been added to the course mathematics. So this means you could have users in the class but not taking all the courses, because maybe you find that some are repeating some courses and maybe that particular course is a prerequisite of the next course, so they kind of like first have to enroll to which course that they have to come in. So for example, if I want to enroll my user, okay, then I can now select Barbie. Okay, all right, and Turner. So I have two users selected, and their role is that they are both students, and then I can enroll my users. Okay, so in the mathematics course, I am the administrator, which is the Sonda Smiles. We notice that it sorts them out in alphabetical order because the teacher is actually there. And then on top, we have Barbie, and at the bottom, we have Turner, who are the students. All right. So once that is done, I think they're already enrolled. I don't think we have to click on enroll user. So I'll quickly go back to my course, the mathematics course that was created. So there we are. And we will also, one other thing we said we'll talk about. So when we look at the stated objectives, why Moodle Cloud, that has already been discussed. How to make a Moodle Cloud account, we have already discussed. How to create a user, we have already created the user. How to create a course, we have created a course. How to enroll users into the course, we have enrolled the 2 users into the course. And finally, we want to add a course assignment. I will just simplify it because there are different kinds of assignments that we would like to add to the course, different kinds of assessments. We could have quizzes, we could have assignments, we could have word puzzles. So different kinds of assessments can be added to Moodle, but we'll just look at a simple, maybe 1 or 2 sentence assignment into the Moodle, and also how to add a zip file. All right. So having said that, we'll quickly come back to mathematics. We'll go into the course, and then we enable the editing there, and then here on the new section, okay, so it has been enabled, and on the new section here we can actually edit the name. Okay, we can call this maybe in mathematics we can call this integers. So maybe this the subsection. Whoa, why is it not integers? Okay, I think it's about to get saved. So once integers has been saved, you can now actually edit an activity. Okay, so now these are the different activities that we can add to the course. We could add a folder, we could add a database. These are like all the activities that we could add. We could add a file, we could add a page, we could add a quiz, we could add a lesson, we could even add a topic discussion, an assignment. So we want to add an assignment. So to add an assignment, you click on assignment there, and then you click add. All right. Assignment name, we can still have it as integers, and then here you can write this is an assignment, so maybe we can say assignment question. Write a 200 words paragraph on the history of integers in mathematics. All right. So once that is done, then if you want to add more activity instruction, so basically I think this should also come on the activity instruction there. That is where the instruction will be. Assignment question on integers, we can have it there, and then I think we can remove the question from there because the instruction is coming there. And then here, if you have an image or a file that wants to further describe the question, then you can add the image or file. But so allow submissions from, so we can have submissions from today, due date. By default, it gives us 25th, but you can create whichever date. Then cutoff date, it's not enabled because probably we don't need it. Then remind me to grade. Yeah, so definitely in case the 2nd of December reaches and it hasn't been graded, I will then be reminded to grade. And then maximum number of files to be uploaded, so it's only asking for 20. Then the type of submission, it's a file submission. If it's an online submission, it automatically asks for a limit of words, but I've already put the limit of words, so we'll leave it at file submission. After that is done, that means that we can now save and return to the course. Okay, so it's actually indicated there. So the student accessing the Moodle platform will be able to see that they'll be able to see that the assignment is actually ready for them. Okay, so you can also add a file. You can add a file. You click add, and because the amount of space for us, the amount of space, so let's say it's a file more like just giving information about integers, because we are under integers. So you can simply go to upload a file, and then you can choose a file. Then you can choose a file from the desktop. I think on the desktop there must be a file. I put a file, it's not there. Let me see. Let me just cancel and just revisit my desktop. Oh, I think I might have hidden the file somewhere. Let me see if that file is showing in here. I actually put that file as a zip file. Okay, I seem not to see it. Where has it gone? Okay, well, maybe let's try, because I wanted us to try on the zip file. Let me see if I can find um, a zipped file, because I think I saved it. Okay, work, yeah. So this zip file, okay, so we can have this zip file right there. Okay, pastes. All right, so we have it on the desktop. Then we go back. Let's see if we'll be able to find it when we go on desktop. So here it is. This is a file containing a number of presentation in a zip file. So you can actually share your coursework compressed in a zip file right on Moodle. So the file has been compressed or zipped, meaning it can have, I think it has a number. There we go. So it has a number of presentations, and yeah, so you can actually just say PowerPoint, PowerPoint presentation, notes on integers. So notes can now be transferred to the students in question using that, and then you click save and return to course. Okay, so now when the students come, they will be able to see that they have an assignment, they have notes, and when they open this PowerPoint, this zip file, they will have over 4 different PowerPoint presentations. So instead of, you are able to actually send big files when you compress them and then you send them through Moodle. But you can also have the, like an announcement, like this one is an assignment, when it is due and how they're supposed to send it. So let's see if we can switch this. Let's see if we can switch and see if we can see this through the eyes of a student. Let's see how the student is going to see math. So this is how the student sees the mathematics. This is how the student sees the dashboard. They see, some parts will not be seen to them though, but this is how the student should be able to see. Let's see, switch row. What row are we in? So let's see, switch row to student. So then as a student, they'll be able to come, and then they'll be able to go to their courses. And once they are in courses, they'll be able to see mathematics. And let's say they can see the work that the teacher has left for them in mathematics. They're able to open the assignment and opened on Tuesday, due date Tuesday 25th, assignment question on integers. Okay, and this is how it's supposed to be done. The status also there, it is showing the exact status. So you can actually open add a submission. So if the student has managed to do it, when they are ready to add the submission, they will actually find the question right there, and then they can upload, because this one was basically to upload a file. So they can upload and then they can save. So I'm going to go back to to change the role. Oh, okay, I'm not seeing that, maybe on the dashboard. So that is how it's supposed to be done. Now, one thing I forgot to mention that I need to mention, when you are creating your profile, for example, let's look at the portal that I had earlier created. I think I opened it, should be this one. Okay, this one. So when I come to my site, this is how it looks. If you want, you can incorporate a language, and the languages will be showing. And when you come to the courses, this is how it looks. So coming to the courses, my courses are right there. And then always, as an educator or as a trainer, you have to put your presence in the system. And so to put your presence in the system, for example, if I open artificial intelligence, a course that I created that I'll be doing, as an educator, please introduce yourself. I welcome you to the artificial intelligence course. I'm excited to embark on this journey of discovery and learning together. Prepare to explore the fundamentals of AI, understand its impact, and gain the skills to apply these powerful concepts. Your curiosity is your supernatural power. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I am here to support every step on the way, and look forward to seeing the amazing things you do. So you put your presence, it's not mandatory, but it's important that students should understand and have a clear picture of what is there. Imagine if the students were blind, at least they still would be able, sorry, not blind. If your students were deaf, they could see how their teacher was looking like. And then you also have to kind of give an introduction.
Hello, welcome to Artificial Intelligence course. In this
Here
course,
we're
we interact
trying to
more
give an
on
introduction, but obviously there was like a lot of background noise, because there was background noise during the time. So, but basically, that is how the introduction is supposed to look like. So, at least as educators, so we had cybersecurity, we had computer programming language, robotics, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so I hope that this has been a wonderful presentation. I hope that you have understood the objectives have been met. And if we want further details on how to create the assignments and the courses, then definitely I am more than happy to share with you. Thank you so much for your time and for listening. Goodbye.